Part 145. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1441. Chapter 1441. I'm not so confused yet. I have never seen Brother Han praise anyone like this before. The assistant couldn't help but feel worried when she thought of Chiao Mianmian's too pretty face. Brother Han must have had some thoughts because he saw the other person's good looks, so he helped like this. After all, he has never helped a female artist like this before. But Chiao Mianmian already has a boyfriend. And he is also a tall, rich, and handsome man. He has seen the photos on Weibo. Even if he is his brother Han's #1 fan, he has to admit that Chiao Mianmian's rich and handsome boyfriend is indeed very handsome, not inferior to Qin Han at all. Among the rich second generation, his appearance is definitely one of the best. No, that appearance can be considered top-notch in the entertainment industry. Having a face suitable for the entertainment industry, he is also rich and powerful. To be honest, if his brother Han really has his thoughts in that regard, there will be absolutely no chance. If you have a chance, help her. Even if I promote her, she must have the ability. I just gave her a chance to audition. In the end, whether director Zhang will use her or not is not up to me. Besides, with her relationship with director Bai, she doesn't have to worry about not getting good resources. Her future is destined to be prosperous, and I'm just the icing on the cake to help. I think director Bai is helping her. Actually, Brother Han, you don't have to help her like this anymore. You have never helped anyone like this before. Brother Han is too kind to her. The assistant tried to test and hesitated. He asked cautiously, Brother Han, is it because of director Bai that you are so kind to her? Qin Han didn't know what the assistant was thinking. He thought for a moment before saying, there is indeed a reason for this, but it is not the main reason. Then what's the main reason? I see a reflection of myself in her. She is a very talented actor who also works hard and is willing to study seriously. For such a newcomer, I think if there is a chance to push her, I will give it a push. For me it's nothing, but it might be a very important opportunity for her. The assistant was stunned. He has been with Qin Han for many years, so he knows that Qin Han was able to develop his career smoothly because of the help of noble people back then. The nobleman also gave him a chance to audition. Qin Han won the role of the second male lead based on that audition. In the end, he won the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor with the second male lead. After winning the award, Qin Han's net worth also increased, and people lined up to film with him. He carefully selected 1 or 2 good scripts from a large number of scripts, and the films he made were both well received and successful. Later on, my career was like a scam, and I won several Best Actor awards one after another. So Qin Han has always been grateful to the nobleman who helped him. The assistant recalled these things, and then looked at Qin Han's calm and unobstructed eyes, and relaxed a little bit. As long as Qin Han doesn't have inappropriate thoughts about Chiao Mianmian, he won't worry. Brother Han is saying that I am short-sighted. Qin Han smiled, you think I don't know what you mean? Chiao Mianmian is indeed a good girl, but she already has someone who loves her, so I won't be so confused. Assistant. It turns out that Qin Han actually knew what he was thinking. Asterisk. On the other side, Chiao Mianmian has nothing to do next and can rest for an hour or two. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1442. Chapter 1442. This time it's a good thing, not a trouble. She returned to the nanny's car. Originally, she did not have a nanny car. Mrs. Bai came to the set several times to find her and saw other actors resting in the nanny car. When she was sitting alone under a tree to avoid the sun, she felt so distressed that she immediately gave up. She comes with a nanny car. Jiao Mian couldn't refuse her, so she had to accept. With this nanny car, it is indeed much more comfortable. MRSBI prepared a very spacious nanny car for her, with seats, a small table, and even a small bed. The nanny's car contained a fruit plate made for her by MRSBI, fried juice, and some snacks and biscuits. MRSBI had prepared them for her and put them in the car early in the morning. As soon as Jiao Mian got in the car and sat down, she received a call from Linda. She picked up, "Thank you, sister." Since every time Jiao Mian answered Linda's call, nothing good happened, she felt a little guilty when she saw Linda calling her now. "I always feel that there must be nothing good going on." Mian, you are on the hot search again," Linda spoke with a heavy tone. Jiao Mian's heart thumped, and a very weak and speechless emotion came to her heart. She thought she had some dirty information again. "Sister Xie, have I caused trouble for the company again?" "That's not true." Linda was silent before adding, "This time it's a good thing, not a trouble." "Good thing?" Jiao Mian was startled. "Well, you were praised, this should be a good thing." Jiao Mian. How is this different from what she expected? She thought she had made some scandal again. Some clips from the movie Between You and Qin Han were posted on Weibo, and netizens praised your acting skills. I've also seen the clip, and I never expected that he didn't steal you away from you when you acted opposite Qin Han. Your performance in this drama is much better than I expected. I know that gold always shines, how could I be wrong? The clip released today has been retweeted more than 100,000 times. I bet the ratings of this drama will be huge when it is released. Maybe you'll become famous through this show. Jiao Mian was stunned for a while after hearing Linda's words. She had no idea about this. Linda said something to her again, basically asking her to work harder and that she would get better and better in the future. A few minutes later, Linda hung up the phone. Hearing the disconnection sound coming from the phone, Jiao Mian moved the phone signal away from her ear and immediately clicked on Weibo. As soon as I entered, I saw her hot searches. Braving acting skills in new drama hashtag. Hashtag Qin Han Kiao Mian new drama hashtag. She has several hot search topics, all related to new dramas. Jiao Mian clicked on the first hot search, and for the first time, she no longer saw all kinds of curse words for her. Almost all of the hot searches are praising her. The clips for Jiao Mian's new drama are pretty good. People say she is a vase, but I think her acting in it is pretty good. Can I say that I was actually averse to Jiao Mian and Qin Han playing CP at first? I felt that they had no CP sense at all. But after watching the trailer, I actually thought it was pretty good, and the two of them actually looked like CP. This is probably the first female artist who acted with my brother Han and was not disappointed by his acting skills. Needless to say, Brother Han's performance is textbook level acting. Jiao Mian's performance is really surprising and exciting. Unexpected. No wonder Brother Han praised her so much and stood up for her. Brother Han must have admired this young newcomer, so he helped her. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1443. Chapter 1443. She felt incredible. There are many other Weibo posts like this. Although occasionally there are one or two people who ridicule her for buying online to gain good reviews, but they are only from a very small number of people. Most people felt that Jiao Mian's acting skills exceeded their expectations and was much better than they imagined. Because at the beginning, just by looking at Jiao Mian's appearance, many people classified her as a brainless vase. No one believes that she still has acting skills. Letting an actor of movie king level to serve as a foil for a young newcomer, just to make that young newcomer popular, made many people hate Jiao Mian. So before the filming of the TV series was completed, many people claimed that even if Chin Han played the leading role, they would not buy it. Many people said that they would never watch the TV series when it was broadcast. But Jiao Mian is not the vase they thought. Not only does he have acting skills, he is also one of the newcomers with outstanding acting skills and is very eye-catching. So as soon as the trailer of the TV series was released, Jiao Mian's performance in the drama surprised many people and they all exclaimed that they were surprised. They were surprised that Vase had acting skills, and his acting skills were pretty good. Even though she was acting opposite a movie king like Chin Han, it didn't make people feel that her acting skills were inferior to Chin Han's. On the contrary, it is easier for people to see the quality of her acting skills because she is acting opposite Chin Han. There are not many actors who have been beaten down by Chin Han's acting skills. It is a fact that he became famous quickly when he acted opposite him, but it is also a fact that he is easily compared and criticized by others. This has caused great psychological pressure for many actresses who collaborated with him. Jiao Mian should be the only actress who has been praised by passers-by and Chin Han's fans among all the actresses who have collaborated with Chin Han. As a newcomer, her acting skills are occasionally a little immature in one or two places, and many times her performance is better than that of some capable actresses who have been in the industry for a long time. Everyone felt it was too surprising. But for this reason, many people who still held some prejudices against Jiao Mian have changed their minds. As an actor, using acting skills to attract fans is undoubtedly the best and most effective way. The reason why many people are prejudiced against Jiao Mian is that they think she is a woman who got the leading female role because of her connections. Those with such connections are disliked no matter which industry they are in. But if the related household is indeed a very powerful person, that is another matter. After reading what netizens said about her, Jiao Mian felt the same as Linda. She found it incredible. If she hadn't been sure that the company didn't help her get good reviews, she would have felt like buying a troll. She read the hot searches and clicked on her own Weibo account. Then I saw that her fans increased a lot. There are also many fans who sent her private messages to cheer her up, saying that she is doing very well and are looking forward to her new drama. Jiao Mian read the private messages from fans one after another, and felt very warm in her heart. This is the first time that so many people have sent her private messages saying they like her and support her. The private messages in the past were almost all abusive words, which led her to once want to turn off the private message function. Mian, the clip released on the official blog today has received rave reviews. Netizens are praising you and saying that your acting skills are good, and you have been praised as a hot search. Nana held up her mobile phone and happily talked to Jiao Mian explain. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1444. Chapter 1444. It's impossible for you. Now, I guess no one will call you a vase anymore. The editing of that clip is really good. I thought it was very exciting after watching it. I can't wait to watch the full movie. Your crying scene in the last scene was so contagious. I almost couldn't hold back my tears. Well, I've seen it all. Jiao Mian looked at Nana's excited look, pursed her lips, and asked with a smile, "Do you really think my performance in the film is good?" "Well, really." Nana nodded, her eyes were very sincere. "You performed very well. You acted very well with Qin Yingdi, and you were not even compared. Mian, I really think you were born to eat this bowl of rice. You are very good at acting, engaged and very emotional. That's all thanks to Brother Han's good leadership." Jiao Mian said, "His acting is very contagious, so I was completely drawn into it. He is really a good senior and taught me a lot." Nana nodded and said, "Chin Han is indeed very good, but no matter how good the teacher is, he must have good students, otherwise it will be useless no matter how good the teacher teaches." In short, my idol is very good, and you, Mian, are also very good. Mian smiled, thought about it, logged into Weibo again and forwarded the Weibo post with the flower. Forwarded content, Mian V, thank you for your support, the content of the feature film will be more exciting, I hope you will support it more when the time comes. As soon as she forwarded it on Weibo, many people commented. Sister Mian, we have already watched the trailer, it is great, I look forward to the full movie being released soon. Okay, Mian Bing has received the instructions, looking forward to the feature film. Ha ha ha, the scenes are really exciting, I hope I can show more scenes in the future, we love watching them. Sister Mian, I am a new fan and I am fascinated by your acting skills, you have to work hard, I will always support you. Shortly after Mian retweeted it on Weibo, Chin Han also retweeted it on Weibo. And he didn't repost the Weibo post from the official blog, but directly forwarded Mian's Weibo. Chin Hanv, I guarantee with my personality that the feature film will be more exciting. If it doesn't look good, you come to me. I believe everyone has seen Mian's performance in the film. Do you now believe that I didn't lie to you? It's not easy for newbies, I hope you can give me more support. Chin Han thinks a person is good and when he appreciates that person, he will be very willing to help that person. Just like he did to Mian. This reposted Weibo seems to be nothing. But his last words were clearly to help Mian. With his current status in the circle, he can definitely help Mian win a lot of fans by calling him like this. A fan asked him, Brother Han, why are you so nice to Mian? You help her time and time again. You must be fascinated by her beauty. Brother Han, wake up, Mian already has a boyfriend, are you? It's possible. Chin Han actually replied to this comment. Kin Han V, she is a junior that I admire. During her time on the crew, she worked hard and studied hard. More importantly, she is very talented in acting. I appreciate her, and naturally I hope others can discover her goodness and not let such a good seedling be buried. That's all I think about her, please don't make random guesses. A netizen said excitedly, wow, Brother Han actually replied to me personally. Okay, received, I will go to Fan Mian immediately. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1445. Chapter 1445. Can you come out for a moment? Other fans also responded, Brother Han, the instructions have been received, go and support immediately. Chin Han has many fans. Within less than 10 minutes after he retweeted it on Weibo, Mian noticed that her number of fans had skyrocketed. In a few minutes, it gained hundreds of thousands of fans. The speed of the increase in popularity shocked Mian. Knowing that it was Chin Han who helped her, she was about to thank him in person when her cell phone suddenly rang. Seeing that it was Ruhe calling, Mian was stunned for a few seconds before reaching out to pick it up. Mian, are you still busy now? Ruhe's voice sounded a little haggard. Mian thought of the unhappy farewell before, and was silent for a while before she said, I'm not very busy. Is there anything you can do? Ruhe was silent for a while. Mian, what happened last time? Dad wants to apologize to you. I misunderstood you. Are you still angry with me? Mian pursed her lips. Ruhe said that he had misunderstood her. But Mian knew that it was not a misunderstanding. That's what he was thinking at the time. Even if there was a misunderstanding, it was because he didn't trust her enough. Mian knew that she couldn't compare with Xiao Angzhen. For Ruhe, Xiao Angzhen is his biological daughter. And she is just an adopted daughter. Even though Ruhe was kind to her in the past, when she and Xiao Angzhen had a conflict, Jiao Ruhe still chose to side with Jiao Angzan. She also knew that this was a normal thing. Even though she is Jiao Ruhe's biological daughter, there are times when a bowl of water is not level. What's more, she is not her biological child. But I will still feel lost, sad, and worried. Mian, what happened last time was that I misunderstood you without understanding it clearly. It was my father who made a mistake in this matter and you were wronged. If you are still angry and don't want to pay attention to me, then I will hang up. Called. Dad, I'm not angry. Jiao Mian felt a little sour when she heard Jiao Ruhe's cautious tone. She took a deep breath and said, did you call me for something? Yes, it's something. Jiao Ruhe was silent for a while, and then said again, I went to your crew to find you. If you are free now, can you come out for a while? Jiao Mian was stunned and asked in surprise, are you on the set now? Well, I'm outside your crew. They said you can't just let people in, so I have to wait for you outside. Just wait, I'll come out to find you right away. Jiao Mian hung up the phone, spoke to Nana, and got out of the car to find Jiao Ruhe. She didn't know what happened to make Jiao Ruhe come to the set to look for her. Asterisk. Along the way, Jiao Mian walked very quickly. She was afraid that Jiao Ruhe would encounter some difficulty, so she almost ran out all the way. However, when she arrived at the place where Jiao Ruhe sat and saw Jiao Angzan standing next to Jiao Ruhe from a distance, she paused and then slowed down. Jiao Ruhe and Jiao Angzan both saw her. Jiao Ruhe immediately led Jiao Angzan towards her. Sister. After approaching, Jiao Angzan raised her red eyes, filled with tears, and shouted pitifully. When Jiao Mian saw her, his face darkened. She didn't respond, just looked at Jiao Angzan coldly. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1446. Chapter 1446. I don't accept your apology. Jiao Angzan bit the corner of her lip, her eyes became more aggrieved and pitiful, and with a choked voice she shouted timidly, Sister. Jiao Mian turned around and wanted to leave. She had no idea that Jiao Angzan was also there. Jiao Ruhe didn't tell her just now. Jiao Mian felt ridiculous when she thought about her hurry to come here and the worries she had along the way. No wonder Jiao Ruhe came to the set to look for her. I'm afraid, I came here to accompany Jiao Angzan. Jiao Angzan shouted twice, but Jiao Mian had no response. She turned her head aggrievedly and shouted aggrievedly, Dad, is my sister still angry with me? She doesn't seem to want to pay attention to me. You did something wrong, and your sister deserves to be angry with you. Although Jiao Ruhe said this, he raised his head and looked at Jiao Mian and said, Mian, I brought your sister here to ask her to apologize to you. Now she knows she was wrong and said she must apologize to you in person. She also promised me that she would never do those stupid things again. As soon as Jiao Ruhe finished speaking, Jiao Angzan rubbed her eyes and cried, Sister, I told Dad everything, and Dad has already scolded me severely. I know I have done a lot of things that I am sorry for you, so I just apologize. It can't make up for anything, but I really know I was wrong. Ever since I woke up, I have been reflecting on myself. I realized how wrong I was before, and I also realized how much I went too far. Sister, I'm sorry for you, please forgive me. For the sake of us sisters, please forgive me, okay? I will never make a mistake again. No matter how heartbroken Jiao Angzan cried, no matter how sincere her apology was, Jiao Mian always had an unmoved expression on her face. She waited in silence for Jiao Angzan to finish her performance, and then she said lightly, Jiao Angzan, I don't accept your apology, and I won't forgive you. So, you don't need to apologize to me anymore, because you're sorry for me. It doesn't matter what you think. Xiao Angzhen was stunned, and the expression on her face froze. Even the teardrops that were teetering on the edge of her eyes seemed to be frozen and solidified in the corners of her eyes. Xiao Mian looked at her again and said clearly and indifferently, "If you are here to apologize to me, then you can go back. There will be nothing special in the future, and I think it is best for us not to meet again." The expression on Xiao Angzhen's face became even stiffer. She thought that in front of Xiao Ruhe, Xiao Mian would take care of Xiao Ruhe no matter what and would not make things too ugly. That's why she begged Xiao Ruhe to come with her this time. She didn't expect that Xiao Mian's attitude would be so decisive. Even if Xiao Ruhe was there, she would still speak so decisively. Of course Xiao Angzhen didn't really realize her mistake and really wanted to apologize to Xiao Mian. What she realized was something else. Now Xiao Mian's status is different from what it used to be. She has the support of the two major families, the Mo family and the Bai family. If she doesn't like anyone or wants to kill someone, it's just a matter of words. Under such circumstances, Xiao Angzhen did not dare to confront her head-on. Xiao Angzhen still wants to continue to stay in the entertainment industry. She is afraid that she will always be blocked. Only by asking for Xiao Mian's forgiveness can she avoid being blocked further. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1447. Chapter 1447. Why are you like this now? So even if she was reluctant, even if she still hated Xiao Mian so much, she still came over to apologize. Who knew? Xiao Mian didn't buy it. "Sister, are you still unwilling to forgive me? How could Xiao Angzhen give up so easily?" She blinked and tears fell down. She cried and said, "I know you won't forgive me easily, but this time I'm here to apologize to you sincerely. If you don't forgive me, I will keep apologizing to you until you forgive me." Xiao Mian looked at her and sneered, "It's up to you, but I don't have time to act with you now." "Sister, you misunderstood me," Xiao Angzhen said sadly, as if she was hurt by her words. "I'm not acting, I really want to apologize to you and admit my mistake." "What do you want me to do? Do you want to believe me?" "Believe you?" Xiao Mian didn't want to talk nonsense to her, so she said impatiently, "If you kneel down and kowtow to me to admit your mistake, I will believe that you are somewhat sincere. If you can't do that, disappear from my eyes. Don't bother me again." Hearing the words kowtow and admit your mistake, Xiao Angzhen's face froze, and a trace of annoyance flashed across her eyes. Xiao Mian, this little bitch. She must have done it on purpose. Want to embarrass her in public. Normally, Xiao Angzhen would have scolded him a long time ago. But now she is begging for help. Even if she hates Xiao Mian to death, she can only swallow this breath. She even felt that as long as Xiao Mian really didn't care about the past with her, as long as she was no longer blocked, and as long as she could continue to stay in the entertainment industry, she could allow herself to suffer such humiliation once. It is never too late for a gentleman to take revenge. There will always be a chance to deal with this little Xiao Mian in the future. "Sister, as long as I kowtow to you and admit my mistake, will you forgive me?" Xiao Angzhen's face was pale, she bit her lips, tears fell, and she looked extremely pitiful. In Xiao Mian's surprised eyes, she only heard a plop and she actually knelt down. She knelt at Xiao Mian's feet, raised her head, her face full of tears. "Sister, I kowtow to you to admit my mistake, can you forgive me?" Xiao Mian opened her mouth, but before she could speak, she heard Xiao Ruhe angrily scolded, "That's enough, is it fun for a family to make such a fuss?" He walked over and pulled Xiao Angzhen up from the ground. "Dad, Please let me kneel down. Xiao Angzan stretched out her hand to push Xiao Ruhe and cried, Sister said just now that as long as I am willing to kneel down and kowtow to admit my mistake to her, she will forgive me. As long as she is willing to forgive me, I'm willing to do whatever you ask me to do. Xiao Ruhe held her tightly, her face flushed with anger. Why are you kneeling? Do you want others to see our Xiao family's jokes? But sister. Mian Xiao Ruhe turned his head and looked at Xiao Mian with a hint of disappointment and pain in his eyes. We are a family. Even if Angzan and you are not biological sisters, you have grown up together since childhood. She is really a real person now. You know she was wrong, can't you give her a chance to change her ways? You used to be the kindest and the softest. How did you become like this now? Xiao Ruhe shook his head and sighed as he spoke. Xiao Mian felt as if something had stabbed her heart. She clenched her fists, raised her head, and slowly looked towards Xiao Ruhe. Unless she heard it with her own ears, she wouldn't believe that these biased words came from Xiao Ruhe's mouth. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1448. Chapter 1448. Are you not going to recognize me anymore? Dad, Xiao Angzan just apologized, please ask me to forgive her and give her a chance to change her ways. Before you said these words, did you know what she did to me? If you knew it and still told me this, wouldn't you be too biased? When Xiao Mian said the last sentence, her voice was full of exhaustion and disappointment. She curled her lips in a self-deprecating tone. Forget it, why should I tell you this? How could you not know these things? But, you still choose. I want to help her, no matter what you think. If you think I have changed, then I will change. I am such a neither kind nor generous person, and I have let you down. I still said what I said just now. I will not accept Xiao Angzan's apology, and it is impossible for me to forgive her. It will never be possible. When she said the last sentence, Xiao Mian looked at Xiao Angzan with cold eyes, without any warmth. I will never see you again in the future. The sisterhood between us has been broken long ago. Don't call me again sister, we are not related by blood in the first place, are we? Mian, you. Xiao Ruhe's face turned livid. What do you mean? After you recognize your biological parents, do you have to completely cut off your relationship with the Xiao family? You and I have no blood relationship, don't you? Are you ready to recognize me? Xiao Mian lowered her eyes and said with no emotion in her voice, I didn't mean that. Even though I have no blood relationship with the Xiao family, you single-handedly raised me. Your kindness to me will never be forgotten in my life. You are still my father, but Xiao Angzan and Lin Huijin have nothing to do with me from now on. I once regarded them as relatives, and I also tried to accept them as my family, but what they did is another one thing made me understand something completely. Many things will not go as you wish just because you want them to develop towards good results. I am not so tolerant and generous that no matter how others treat me, I can still live in harmony with them without any complaints. Some people may do such despicable things, but I won't. She looked at Xiao Ruhe's increasingly ugly expression and laughed at herself. Sorry, Dad, I haven't turned into what you like. I'm not the good daughter you thought I was. If you came here because of Xiao Angzan, now that I have made it clear, you should take her back. If you still care about the father-daughter relationship between us, don't do this again next time. I really hate Xiao Angzan, and I don't want to see her again. You know, because of her, I spent the whole day today. My good mood is gone. Xiao Angzan's face was extremely dark. Seeing Xiao Mian speak so decisively, she didn't care about her feelings at all, and she knew in her heart that no matter how hard she begged, Xiao Mian would never forgive her. In front of Xiao Ruhe, he was so determined and ruthless towards her. That means there is no hope at all. She never really admitted her mistake, she just wanted to keep her position in the entertainment industry. Now that there is no hope, how can we continue to compromise? Her expression changed instantly, her face sank, and she gritted her teeth and said bitterly, "Okay, Chiao Mian Mian, since you said so, I don't want to continue being a sister with you." End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1449. Chapter 1449. Think of it as repaying the Chiao family for their kindness in raising you. I don't have a sister as cruel and heartless as you. I know you are now the daughter of the Bai family, how can you still look up to the Chiao family? In your eyes, the Chiao family is just a history of shame for you. Are you now eager to completely draw a clear line with the Chiao family? It would be best to have no contact with the Chiao family forever? Ha, Dad shouldn't have been soft-hearted and accepted you, a white-eyed wolf. Chiao Mian Mian listened to her expressionlessly and looked at her coldly. Chiao Angzan also looked at her, her eyes full of hatred and unwillingness. Do you think you are a complete winner now? Do you think you will always have such a smooth life? Things are changing, and I am waiting to see you fall into misfortune. That day, Chiao Mian Mian didn't care what Chiao Angzan said. Because to her, Chiao Angzan is an unimportant person. Since he is an unimportant person, she will not take it to heart at all. She has been watching Chiao Ruhe's attitude. When Chiao Angzan said these words, but Chiao Ruhe remained silent and did not make any statement, Chiao Mian Mian knew Chiao Ruhe's attitude. His silence means that he also agrees with Chiao Angzan's words. He also felt that her daughter was a white-eyed wolf, raised in vain. She returned to the Bai family and had better support, so she wanted to break away from the Chiao family. At this moment, Chiao Mian Mian felt very funny and very sad. She didn't even bother to explain anything. Chiao Ruhe has Chiao Angzan and Lin Huijin beside him. Mother and daughter are not sure how to brainwash him. In addition, he himself has had such thoughts in his heart. Once the seeds of distrust take root and sprout in his heart, it's hard to trust her anymore. She was completely disheartened. I don't want to stay here anymore to face him and Chiao Angzan. Whatever you think. I have other things to do and I don't have time to waste time with you here. After saying this, Chiao Mian Mian turned around and left without saying hello to Father Chiao. Chiao Mian Mian. She had just taken a few steps when Chiao Ruhe's slightly cold and distant voice came from behind. Chiao Mian Mian's face changed, she bit her lips and stopped for a moment. Whether you still want to recognize me as your father or not, you grew up in the Chiao family. I dare not say how good a life I gave you, but you haven't had a bad life in the Chiao family these years, right? I haven't asked you to do anything for me in all these years. This time, you should just repay the Chiao family's kindness in raising you and let your sister go. I heard that you had someone ban her? Your sister has done a lot of wrong things, but if you ban her, wouldn't you just ruin her life's career? Your sister is still young, even if you want to punish her, isn't this punishment too severe? Chiao Mian Mian stood still, clenching the hands hanging by her sides little by little. She heard Chiao Ruhe say, "Let your sister go, you and the Chiao family will be reconciled. Don't worry, you can be your daughter of the Bai family in peace, and no one from the Chiao family will bother you. Chiao Ruhe, too, it doesn't matter to me whether you are the daughter of the Bai family or you have a more impressive status." Chiao Mian Mian's back was stiff and she remained silent. After a while, she said in a hoarse voice, "Dad, do you really think so? If I let Chiao Angzan go, will the Chiao family and I be settled?" End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1450. Chapter 1450. I will go over now to help you vent your anger. Jiao Ruhe didn't hear the trembling in Jiao Mianmian's voice. He thought Jiao Mianmian was afraid that he would pester her again in the future, so he confirmed with him again. He sneered angrily, "That's right, if you let your sister go, you will be in peace with the Jiao family. If you are afraid that I will regret it, I can give you a written note. In this way, you will feel relieved." "Need not." Jiao Mianmian clenched her fists and looked even stiffer from behind. "I promise you, don't worry, I won't ruin your daughter's career. Dad, I really didn't expect that the first time you asked me to beg you would be because of this incident. Although I know you won't believe it, I still want to say one more thing. I didn't ask Xiao Angzhen to be banned." Behind him, Jiao Ruhe's expression changed, but he didn't speak. Xiao Angzhen's face showed a look of surprise. Jiao Mianmian never turned around. After saying the last sentence, she left quickly without any further pause. Asterisk. After returning, Jiao Mianmian met Bai Yusheng, who was walking towards her. Bai Yusheng came out specifically to find her. Knowing that people from the Jiao family came to look for her, he was worried that she would be wronged. As soon as he saw Jiao Mianmian, he noticed that her eyes were red. Bai Yusheng frowned and walked quickly to her. He looked down at her and found that Jiao Mianmian's eyes were indeed red with tears in her eyes. He immediately frowned and asked, "Mianmian, what's wrong with you? Who bullied you?" Jiao Mianmian has been thinking about what Jiao Ruhe just said. The tears she had been holding back could no longer be held back at this moment when she met Bai Yusheng's caring eyes. Tears fell silently from the corners of her eyes. Seeing her cry, Bai Yusheng became even more anxious. He stretched out his hand and pressed her shoulder, frowning tightly, and said with anger in his eyes, "Did you just go to see the Jiao family? Did they say something to you and make you feel wronged? Mian, you are now our dear Bai family, no one can make you suffer. If someone from the Jiao family bullies you, I will go over and help you vent your anger." "Brother, I'm fine." The more Bai Yusheng showed concern for her, the more Jiao Mianmian shed tears. "Can't control it no matter what." She didn't feel aggrieved just now, but when faced with Bai Yusheng's concern, she suddenly felt extremely aggrieved. Father Jiao's words, every word, pierced her heart like a needle. "When I think about it, I feel pain." How could Bai Yusheng believe her? She said she was fine, but she kept crying, and she cried so sadly. Evidently he suffered a lot of grievances. Thinking that Jiao Angzhen and Lin Huijin had treated her badly before and caused her a lot of grievances, and then seeing her crying like a tearful person now, Bai Yusheng's face darkened. "Did Jiao Angzhen do something to hurt you again? Mian, you are my sister, and we are blood-related family members. I hope you can tell me if there is anything, and don't hide it from me. You can say anything in front of me. I hope you can treat me as your real brother. Seeing you crying like this, do you know how anxious I am as a brother?" Jiao Mianmian slowly raised her head after hearing the last sentence. His dark eyes were still filled with mist, and he looked at Bai Yusheng with aggrieved and hurt eyes. Her eyes were red and the tip of her nose was red. She opened her mouth and shouted softly in a crying voice, "Brother!" End of this chapter.